In 1929, Miles Fukunaga was 19 years old and was living in Hawaii with his family. He was the oldest of 7 children. Miles had to drop out of high school to work to help support his family. He worked at Queen's Hospital and was working 80-hour weeks. Unfortunately, Miles attempted suicide due to the stress of his family being behind on rent. He also had a degenerative dissociative disorder. Miles was interested in true crime and was following many true crime stories happening at the time which were about kidnapping and murder. Miles called the Punahou School and asked to speak to the registrar. He told this person that he was calling from Queen's Hospital and claimed that Gill Jamieson's mother had been in a terrible car accident. Miles used his uniform from the hospital and posed as an orderly from the hospital. He hired a taxi to take him to the school to pick up Gill. This child was the 10-year-old son of Frederick Jamieson, who was the vice president of the Hawaiian Trust Company, the people that were bothering his family about being behind on rent. Frederick Jamieson received a ransom note from Miles which demanded $10,000 for the safe return of his son. Miles had no intention of releasing Gill. He took Gill behind the seaside hotel and into some trees where he beat him over the head with a steel chisel and strangled him to death. This crime caused racial tension on the island of Oahu, because it was said that the suspect was Japanese and the child was white. Over 20,000 people and students searched for Gill across the island. Frederick Jamieson received a phone call from Miles saying he needed to meet Miles at a band concert on Thomas Square, and he needed to bring $4,000, and he claimed that he would give Gill to him. He said no cops could be there. Frederick did as he was told and didn't tell police. Miles showed up wearing a black mask, took the money, and disappeared into the crowd. Frederick had paid the money in $5 bills, and he noted the serial numbers beforehand. Police alerted local businesses to watch for the money being used. Miles was caught shortly after trying to buy a train ticket. Miles confessed immediately. Around the same time he was caught, the body of Gill Jamieson was found in Waikiki. His body was covered with newspapers and a piece of cardboard that said, "If you want to die, you have the right to kill others so that you, in turn, will be killed. The devil it is for you to decide." The arrest of Miles caused outrage through the island. 20,000 people gathered outside of the jail. The angry mob demanded quick and powerful punishment. Police couldn't handle the pressure from the public, so they did handle it quickly. Miles was arrested, tried, convicted, and sentenced to hang in 3 weeks. Miles was seen by a psychiatrist and was determined to be competent to stand trial. He requested to be hanged. Miles admitted to killing Gill. His defense attorney offered no defense and called no witnesses. Miles was convicted of first-degree murder and was hanged at Oahu Prison on November 19, 1929, which was 2 months after he kidnapped and killed Gill Jamieson.